Good morning, you guys. It's been really cool putting some energy towards this online connection relationship, and so I wanted to take some time to share some thoughts. It's good for me. I'm doing this for me, about connections, relationships. So a lot of what you see in the garden, my interactions with the chickens, with my plants, all of it has to do with connections. And I think when we talk about like paradigm shift and the general trend, it's to reconnect. We feel disconnected from nature, from plants, from the world. We're very disconnected, very isolated, and there's very clear patterns driving that disconnection. That's probably a different video. But about the connection, I think once we recognize our connection to the whole, our ability to connect with other living things, then we can't help but kind of like pursue it, like a child that's excited at the world, excited about discovering all these new things. So I guess what I'm really sharing is that when you see the garden, and I can't do it justice with the camera and with words, it reflects my connection with it. What you're seeing is a relationship. You're seeing not just I put a plant here and I put a plant there, but what you're seeing is that I am interacting with these other living things at a level that is a level of connection. It's different. It's not farming. My relation, like a lot of what I work with kids in the school about, is shifting this relationship from one of taking to one of giving. I'll talk forever on that, but you're seeing a connection. So you're seeing my sensitivity. So like, it's hard to explain, but like I know when the plants need something. I know when they kind of want something. I know when, you know, like there's maybe I'm not doing it justice, but there's something that we can all gain from this broader perspective, rather than getting focused on doing this and doing that. And we watch a lot of videos and say I do this and I do that, but just the simple philosophical shift of recognizing the chickens are all there's a dozen chickens right below the camera, but that shift of recognizing that we can connect. If we can connect with our pet dog, you know, if we can get a relationship where we're both giving to each other and it's full of love, and for some reason we think that can't happen with plants and that it can't happen with other living things. Last week I went through the apiary in Manville with my cousin, and it was just rocked with small hive beetles, and we spent hours taking apart. This was, you know, a little bit a half filled, but anyway, we spent hours going through and smashing the beetles, basically gently shaking off the bees, taking the frame and tapping the beetles out and killing as many as we could. Just, you know, one at a time sort of interaction, because we're treatment free. We're not going to use any of those chemicals. But what was amazing is I came back to check a week later, and not only had the colonies responded like tremendously in just energy and strength, but we went through the whole apiary without using smoke, you know, opening boxes and inspecting. We were feeding too, and there was no robbing. It had just shifted the energy. And so bees were this great gateway for me to recognize that we can connect with any living thing. You know, like we can't necessarily get the feedback from a plant the same way we get it from our pet dog with licks on the face or anything like that, but there's still a connection and a relationship. And even if I'm just making this up and I'm imagining that my plants are appreciative and trying harder because that one time I came when they were really struggling and I pulled the vine out of them, you know, maybe I am making it up, but it's helped me to feel and be more connected to the whole. So I guess what I'm rambling on about is trying to push you guys to look for connections, see them, and then pursue them. You know, like try and connect with nature, try and you know, interact with all these living things, because they have so much to teach just from the connection. Like once we make a connection, that's when we suddenly get all this information and wealth. And without that connection, you know, the rabbit is just that rabbit off, and the nature is separate. It's all scary and foreign, and we end up attacking it because we think it's, you know, so scary and different, when it's really, you know, we not only can be connected, but we truly are connected to the world, to the whole. Anyway, that was some short philosophy ramble, and I'm going to try and do more of these because I really do enjoy sharing the broader perspective stuff. All right, you guys, take care.